Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another At America TV event with me, Jasmine. I hope you all are doing well. So for those of you joining us for the first time, At America is the U.S. Embassy's American Center, and our mission is to provide a space for young Indonesians to learn more about the United States. We have temporarily moved to a digital platform so you can still enjoy all of our events at home. So for this morning, we will be discussing Introduction to Pearson Test of English, but I think most of us know it as PTE. But before we begin, I would like to share with you that At America is having a giveaway. As part of our 10th anniversary celebration and also celebrating 4th of July, we're inviting you guys to participate so you guys don't miss out on a chance to receive a content creator package. Now, for those of you who don't want to miss out on that, stay tuned until the end of the program because that's when I'll be sharing with you how to join. And also, before we begin, I would like to share with you our social media quiz question for this morning. So this morning's question is, when was PTE launched? Is it in 2007, 2008, 2009, or 2010? So when did PTE launched? You can participate in our social media quiz by commenting on our social media platform on our Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Instagram. And for those of you who got the answer correctly, you will get a live shout out from us at the end of the program. All right, without further ado, let's start this morning's event. I would like to invite our moderator, one of our Education USA advisors here at America, Ms. Santika Salim.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much. Hi, Jasmine. Thanks. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today on your precious weekend. And today we will have introduction to PTE. But before that, if you're first time here, I want to give you an introduction of Education USA. And here is the slide. There you go. I hope you can see it well. All right. So what is Education USA, right? We are the U.S. Department of State. We network over 400 international student advising center in more than 170 countries. And our network promotes U.S. higher education to students around the world. We give you accurate, comprehensive, and current information on your opportunities to study in the United States. Okay, so we are basically like your legit source of information if you want to study to the States, but you don't know where to start or like double check your information that you got, okay? And we are located in, all around the world, but in Indonesia, we have 8 centers and a total of 10 advisors. And you can find us in Jakarta. We are in 2 centers here. We are in the U.S. Embassy. There are David and Iqbal. And here we have in At America, we have 2 advisors as well, me, Santika, and one other advisor, Fina. She's also here. So if you want to talk to her, she's in the chat box. And we have 2 other centers in Surabaya, in U.S. Consulate General. We have HESI, and in another center is in Universitas Airlangga, Unair, in Surabaya. You have Mbak Ambar there. And in Medan, we are in the U.S. Consulate. We used to have Jeffrey, but for now, I think you can contact the center in Banda Aceh instead, because that's the closest one if you're in Medan. And next we have in Malang, Universitas Muhammadiyah, we have Zaki. We also have one in Universitas Fajar in Makassar, we have Cendani. Last but not least, we are also located in Banda Aceh in Universitas Islam Negeri UIN Araniri. We have Lilis there. So you can try to contact all of these centers, but the closest one to you, even if you're not in the same city. But if you feel inclined to find Fina or me, we are very more than welcome to do so because we have advisees all around Indonesia, even some outside of Indonesia. Okay, so these are the steps on how we Education USA help all advisees who came to us to ask for our guidance. So there are 5 steps. The first one is researching your option. What kind of programs that you're looking for, what kind of university that you want to apply to. And the second one is financing your studies, whether or not you are looking for any scholarship or other financial aid. We will try to give you information on that and let you decide on which one that suits you better, okay? And the third one is completing your application. This is where Fina and I are most needed. because this is where you write your essay, make your update your CV or resume, ask for letters of recommendation and everything like that, just for to complete the application itself and submit it to the program and university that you want to go, right? And Fina and I here are able to give you input or review of your essays and also your CV or resume. And we can give you tips on how you can get a good letter of recommendation and how to build your CV and resume. And we usually do that in a separate session, like just one whole session for, to talk about CV, resume, and letter of recommendation. And we do it almost every month. We try to do it every month, and some months we are just unable to do it. But yeah, you can come to that session and I'll let you know in the future on our future events. And on the fourth step is applying for your student visa. This is when you already got accepted and you want to apply for the visa so that you can go, right? And we can provide you with the step-by-step on how you can proceed with that, and you can just go ahead and follow that. And the fifth one is preparing for your departure. This is what we do every year. It's our yearly event. It's called pre-departure orientation. We just had it really, really recently to send off like a lot of students this year. It's actually open for public, so you don't only have to be accepted to any universities in the States to attend this test, the pre-departure. You can go there just to maybe find information and look forward to your turn. Okay. And I want to let all of you know that all of our services here is free. Even in our events, everything's free. Like, you don't have to pay for anything. We don't and when you come for advising, everything's free. Okay. And all of our events are also open for public. All right. And next one. Okay. So we used to meet a lot of people every day when we are in America, but since the pandemic, we moved everything to the online platform. So we are still doing the one-on-one advising via Zoom. It's online. You don't have to worry about a thing. You just need the internet connection. Okay, so wherever you are. And this is the Zoom meeting ID 276-124-396, and our hours is from basically every day from 1 until 9 p.m. except on days like this when we have events, or we usually have our events on the evening, and on Saturday it's during this kind of time. So both Fina and I, both advisors, will be here if there's an event, so we cannot be in the Zoom advising room. Okay, so anytime, any day, except on days where we have event, come and meet me and Fina. Okay. And you can also email us if you're, like too shy to just come to Zoom. You can email us at jakarta.atamerica@educationusa.org. And you can check our upcoming events on educationusa.state.gov, or you can just go to AtAmerica website, atamerica.or.id. And this /educationusa is a separate tab of Education USA that you can find if you go to the atamerica.or.id. Okay, if you scroll to the bottom of the Education USA tab, you will see a lot of things. You will see Fina and me. You will see what we can do for you. There are some videos, there are some testimonials, and on the very bottom of the page, it's our upcoming events. Okay. All right, so I'm going to share a bit about our upcoming events next month. We will have a TOEFL IBT introduction series. It will be on 7, 14, 21, 28 August. So that's every Saturday from 11 until 1 p.m. Jakarta time. And you know what to do. You can sign up. You can go to our Zoom. You can go to our YouTube or Twitter or Instagram just to watch it. And we will also have like how to write essays, and also CV, how to build strong CV, resume, and letter of recommendation. On top of that, I just forgot to put in the e-poster here, but you can find it on our website. Okay. And without further ado, we have a very special guest today for Introduction to Pearson Test of English, or PTE. Thank you so much for joining us from Singapore and having the time and enthusiasm to let us know about PTE. And without further ado, I will introduce you to Gordon. Hi, Gordon.
Hello.
Hi, thank you so much for doing this, and we look forward to learn from you. And so the floor is yours. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Santika. And thank you, Jasmine. Thank you, Santika. And thank you, America and Education USA, for giving us the opportunity to speak today and share a little bit about our Pearson Test of English academic. So as mentioned, my name is Gordon, and I'm the Client Relations Manager for Pearson Test of English, based out of Singapore, and I look after Singapore, Thailand, and Indonesia. So Salamat Sore, and it's a pleasure. Thank you for giving up your Saturday and coming to learn a little bit about the Pearson Test of English. I'm going to share my screen with you now, so hopefully you can see that. Oops. Sorry, I'm just going to have to do that over again. So it's going to be an introduction to the PTE academic. I'm sorry, I'm experiencing some technical difficulties here. There we go. Here we are. Okay. I hope everyone can see my screen okay. And just check that I have the correct settings here. Perfect. Okay, so thank you everyone. And yeah, today I'm going to introduce you to the Pearson Test of English. It's a high stakes English language test that can be used for study abroad and migration purposes. And we're going to focus today on how you can use our high stakes English language test when you're applying to an institution, a university or college of your choice in the USA, and how it can help you get there and complete your application package to your school of choice so you can meet the English language requirements. So the PT academic is delivered by Pearson Education, and some of you might be familiar with Pearson. It's the world's largest education company. We have 24,000 employees in more than 70 countries, and you might be familiar with us from some of our textbooks or some of the online learning resources we create, as well as e-learning. We also have a number of assessment tools, things like Pearson EdXL, the BTech program, and Verson. So being a Pearson product and Pearson being such a long-standing and large player in the education space, you can be assured that the Pearson Test of English has many years of experience and expertise behind it. I'm going to show a short video here that will introduce you to the PTE academic test.
The world might be on pause, but it doesn't mean I have to wait.
I am ready for success, and nothing is going to get in my way.
I am sticking to my plan, and I will make it real.
I'm taking action today, so my future can start tomorrow.
PTE is a secure English test for your visa and study application. It's quick and accurate computer-based testing, with results typically available within just 48 hours. PTE. Ready when you are.
Yes, that's a very brief overview of the test, and it gives you some of the key advantages that I'm going to go into in more detail as I continue here. But I think the message that we're presenting in there, the ready when you are, is that, of course, to address the elephant in the room, we've all been dealing with the global pandemic for the last year and a half. This has made things, study abroad and some study abroad plans rather uncertain. Luckily, we're starting to see with the vaccine, things open up a little bit, and especially in markets like the USA, where you can go in and study now. Most universities are now accepting students from various countries to go and study there. So the advantages of the PTE is with its innate convenience and accessibility, to students with our testing all over the world. It's easy to book into and you get your results back fast. It's a great test in this environment, so it's ready when you are. When you decide that you're confident and comfortable to go and pursue your lifelong learning goals and your study dreams of going and attending an institution in the USA, it's a test that will be there when you're ready to make that decision and when you need to fulfill your English language requirements.
The world might be.
So why is it that test? Well, it's the fast and safe English assessment. So I'm going to go into more detail about why that's the case. So it's a 100% computer-based language test. It's 100% computer-based, meaning you sit the whole test on a computer, and it's also computer marked. So we use a proprietary AI technology to mark all components of the test, even your speaking and your essay writing. And so the advantages that come from this are twofold. One is the speed and the convenience. So we're able to return your scores under 48 hours. No other high stakes test is able to do that. And the reason we're able to do that is because of the AI marking engine, which is a Pearson proprietary technology. And the other thing that makes it advantageous for test takers is that it's fair and unbiased. So when you take out the human marker, you take away human error and you take away human bias, which there's always a possibility to be there when you're using human markers. And by taking that away, we ensure that everyone, no matter where in the world they sit the test, are marked equally. So just a high-level overview of our test and its advantages. So as I mentioned, the convenience. You can book just 24 hours ahead of a test time at one of our test centers in Indonesia. We test throughout the world 365 days a year. It's a single test, so you can sit it all in one 3-hour sitting, and you get your results back, as I mentioned, under 48 hours. And we're accepted by a lot of institutions around the world, and I'll go into more detail about the US and who accepts us upcoming. But one of the reasons why these institutions accept the PTE academic so widely is because our scores through research and testing have been proven to be very accurate. So a computer-based or a computer-marked test using the AI technology that's at the back end, in the background, marking your scores, makes it impartial, but it also makes it more accurate. So we're able to pinpoint your English language level more accurately than other tests. And people who look at the research that we've conducted understand that, and that's why a lot of governments and institutions recognize PTE scores. Something called the standard measure of error. Anytime you sit an English language test, now the standard measure of error is where your actual level is compared to where you actually test in that English language assessment. And we've actually have these the smallest standard measure of error, proving that we're the most accurate. It's also relevant and objective. So for study abroad purposes, most of the questions are focused on a university or academic or even occupational setting. So those questions will be reflective of the academic English you're going to be expected to use when you go and study in an undergrad or master's or doctorate program in the USA. We test multiple skills, and as I mentioned, we also, the other thing that makes it relevant is that we use a variety of accents. So in the listening components and so on, you might hear people speaking and accents from all over the world. So you'll hear Australian, maybe even someone speaking proper English with an Indian accent or a Southeast Asian accent. And this we just feel is relevant to the world we live in. We live in a really globally connected world, and so when you have lecturers who are at your university, not all of them are going to speak